Joel Embiid offered some commentary on Victor Wembanyama's game. So he critiqued it, and I just want to read out some things he said about Victor. So here goes. Not trying to be too critical. Obviously, extremely talented. Right now, there's so much hype around him. I think he's trying to live up to the hype. That's what I see. And I watch a lot of NBA games. I think, first of all, he has to figure out where he wants to play, whether he wants to be a guard or a big or whatever. It's not necessarily whether he wants to be a guard or a big, it's what he wants to become. Do you want to become KD or do you want to become me? The one thing that I'm happy about is they're allowing him to make those mistakes and learn from it. But I just think there's a good and bad in that. The good of it is you learn through your mistakes, but then again, the bad of it is, it just feels a little forced, like some of the shots. He can make it easy on himself. He can make it easy for himself. Like he's 7'5", 7'6". So I actually agree with what Joel Embiid has said about Victor. I do think there's going to become a point where he's going to have to make a decision on whether or not he wants to be a perimeter player or actually be a big man. I don't think it's possible for him to be a 7'4" Kevin Durant. I'm not sure if that's a possibility, to be honest. I think he has to mix it up. And when it comes to his game, he has to pick his hot spots on the court. He has to make it easier for him that he definitely can. I would say that there are areas on the court if he just got a position, he could easily get buckets, whether it's a layup, dunk, or just a hook shot, those types of things. But to be fair to him, I will say this. The reason why a lot of his shots are forced is because of his teammates. His teammates are terrible. They're like the worst guys to play with. It's equivalent of playing with a bunch of guys at the park who jack up every shot imaginable and they don't pass you the ball. And I feel with Victor, he's playing with these clowns. These guys are determined to get theirs first before Victor gets his, which is ridiculous when you think about it because these guys are all second-rate players. Yes, I've said it. I don't respect any of these guys from all the games I've watched. These guys on a good team would be bench players at best, all the Spurs stars outside of Victor. But he's suffering because of that. They don't pass him the ball when he's open in the post areas when he could get an easy layup or dunk. I've seen him get in position a lot of games, and they wave him off. And he won't get the ball back until he gets behind the three-point line. And then he just jacks it up because he feels he's not going to get the ball back again if he doesn't pass it. So that causes a lot of problems. I think that's a big issue with Victor. And Joel is right. The Spurs need to stop doing this BS of letting Victor feel out the game. I think it's now time where they can get a good idea of at least where his hot spots are on the court, where is he the most effective, and they should be setting up plays for him to get easy buckets. Just this freestyling, I feel, needs to stop. It's not helping. I look at Victor's numbers, and it shows in his numbers. Sure, he's averaging like 18 and 10 a game, but he's shooting 43 overall from the field, which is very bad for a big man. 27 from 3. So he's not getting the best shots. He's very inefficient. So, yeah, Joel is absolutely right about that. Just he's going to have to learn how to make the game easier. And I don't think the game will become easier for him if he strictly focuses on being a perimeter player. He can have that element in his game, but he needs to focus on getting some easy shots within the paint. But the Spurs have to do their part to enable him to do that, which is stop his teammates from freezing him out. They can do that. They can trade them, discipline them, have them come off the bench. They have the power to do that. I think the second thing is they need to run plays for him. So those are things that they need to do. And I think Joel was very astute with his observations, and he was right on the money with everything he said. So I agreed with him.